all the listed items are budgeted, but I want to make sure you verify that everything.
Right, I just want to make sure that all exists in the current sheriff's budget.
So we don't grab.
No amendment will be coming to the board.
Okay, all right.
All right, while we're moving and we're dancing around quite a bit here, but we'll go ahead and do this and then we'll come back to Greta. I would like to ask for Dr. Walker to come to the podium, as well as Mr. Hunter to come to the podium and introduce yourself to the audience and kind of give us a little bit about your background. Let us know that your willingness to serve, but you're not going to run for the position, which I think is very important, and give us something as it relates to your background and as requested by Ms. Calhoun. Good morning.
Good morning. My name is Alfonso Hunter. I'm a resident of Edwards, Mississippi. I was born in Hinds County. I lived in Edwards, District 2 for 54 years all my life. I attended high school at Hinds County Agricultural High School. I'm a graduate of Jackson State University, majored in industrial technology. I'm a Christian. I have my family here, my wife Valerie Hunter and my two daughters, Kennedy Alexander and Amber, my sister. I've been in the contracting construction business for over 30 years. I started with my dad back in early childhood, and we worked on major projects throughout the country. I currently serve as president of my own company, First Construction Inc. We worked on projects such as Corps Engineer project in Vicksburg, estimated value of over $16-20 million. We did projects on the Gulf Coast. We've been involved in FEMA projects, Jackson Municipal Airport projects. I'm a regular member, regularly at New Horizon Church. Bishop Cruder is a good friend of mine. I'm a baptized member of St. Mark Missionary Baptist Church in Ellis. Pastor Collier is my pastor. And I'm here to serve with no intent to run.
Could you ask the family to stand up first?
Yes, could you ask your family to stand?
Please stand, my family. That's my sister-in-law, Brenda Proctor. My daughter, Amber. She's a graduate of Raymond High. Kennedy Alexander. My wife, Valerie Hunter. She's a 5th grade teacher at Bolton Edwards Elementary.
Okay, so we're going to definitely look to use your experience with the jail. You know, we have a lot of construction going on in Hinds County, and I think that you would be very helpful. That's one of the reasons why I considered you very highly when I saw your resume. It's your extensive background in construction and project management. I understand you worked with Yates Construction before, assisting them with major projects, so hopefully that you'll be able to help us out for the next 6 months or their time here on an interim basis, and we really appreciate your willingness to serve.
I'm here to serve.
Thank you very much. And next we have Dr. Walker.
Mr. President.
Excuse me. Excuse me, Ms. Calhoun would like to comment. I'm sorry.
Mr. Hunter, I welcome you to this board, and hopefully we all will continue to work on behalf of the citizens of Hinds County in a very effective manner. I never received any of the additional resumes that came in, so that's why I was not familiar with your name nor your background. But you are welcome.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you very much. I think the next individual really needs no introduction, but we will introduce him, Dr. Robert Walker. Dr. Walker, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Mr. President, Supervisor Calhoun, and Supervisor Stokes, other county officials, ladies and gentlemen. I'm delighted to be here this morning. I look forward to serving with this board and the people of Hinds County. Let me, before I mention a few things about myself, present my wife, Sylvia.
All right.
I've been knowing her about, well, I won't say. And 2 of our 3 daughters are here. In the back, Tandia, who is an employee of CDC, Career Development Center. She's a cosmetologist and a mother, 3 boys, a husband. And standing with the pink blouse is our youngest daughter, Marlena Bowles, who has been at People's Middle School for about 6, 7, 10, 9 years? 8 years, okay. We have another daughter, Robin, who lives with her family in Humboldt, Texas, right outside of Houston. We are grandparents. We have 4 grandsons, ages 26 to 2 years, and the oldest one is 2 years. I'm originally from Vicksburg, Mississippi, where I spent most of my life. And since 2005, Sylvia and I have been residents of Hinds County. The last 5 years we've lived in Byram, Mississippi, right in the heart of District 4. As far as some of the things in my background are concerned, I served for about 10 years as mayor of the city of Vicksburg, 4 years, 2 elections to the Warren County Board of Supervisors, and I also spent 4 years as the chief administrative officer for the city of Jackson. I have experience at all 4 levels of government: municipal, county, state, and federal. I've spent about 20 years as a classroom teacher. My field is history, covering all areas in history, especially Mississippi history, and it goes on and on and on. I won't talk much about myself, but I do not intend to run for office. I will not run for this position when an election is called for. I simply want to use the benefit of my experience, my knowledge, and insights to serve Hinds County and the people of Hinds County as well as I can. I look forward to joining with you. I do want to thank all of you for your faith in me. And though everybody may not have been privy to everything, you can be assured that I'm going to put my interest in Hinds County, full interest, and my best foot forward at all times. And I look forward to working with all of you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Walker. I am to say the least, I am in awe of your experience and your knowledge as it relates to county government, city government, federal government. And I think that we can use your expertise on a lot of different areas while you're here. Things that you said that you can do to help this particular county as far as economic development and things like that, of that particular nature, I think it's very commendable. We really look forward to having you here. Mrs. Calhoun?
Mr. Walker, Dr. Walker, I also welcome you, and I look forward to working with you as a public servant for the citizens of Hinds County. I've been knowing Dr. Walker all my life, and I'm only 49. And Eddie Jean is 49 too. We were classmates in school, but anyway, I look forward to working with you. But I am going to be very, very honest, and not to say displeased, but this was a process that was handled with a lot of secrecy and exclusion. And as a result, the selection of nominations of supervisors this morning was indeed a surprise, and to many of us, and especially to myself. I did not receive any resumes, none whatsoever, but I'm pleased to know that Hinds County citizens will be represented by very honorable gentlemen with a very good background, and yours, Dr. Walker, you didn't tell it all because because you have done a lot of good for the community of Hinds County as a civil rights activist and as a professional. And you have had an extensive career in doing a lot of things in management, supervision. You work at the university, you work with the city of Jackson, so I'm pleased to have you by my side.
Thank you very much.
Okay, Mr. Stokes.
Thank you, Mr. President. Mr. President, my original position was for District 2 was for supervisor for Anderson's wife to assume the position because that's how it's done really all over the world. When a spouse dies, don't be given to the spouse. And I thought that maybe we should leave it open to the election, and I heard some say, and I talked to some in this room today because they said that why Philly? Because it's not like supervisors out there being at all the meetings, so what is a few months? That's why Mr. President was so important that if we're going to fill this position, these people are not running. We don't want to give anybody an unfair advantage. Everybody putting their own money up, they put their manpower up, and they running. And it shouldn't be right that we'll get someone that heads up above the other. So I support the idea of not running, Mr. President. I support the idea of us having to put somebody in these seats. I think at one of the meetings, Supervisor Calhoun said people might be on vacation. It would only be drills. We couldn't have meetings. And you surely don't want to shut down government. But I received Mr. Hunter's resume on the 24th of June. So I know he turned it in time. And I don't know if everybody else got it. And we received Dr. Walker's resume also. So, I think we got two qualified gentlemen who would not run. And that's the key thing. They won't come for the seat. Thank you, Mr. President. I want to welcome both of them.
Okay, thank you very much. Mrs. Carr, Mr. Walker, if you would just remain at the podium. Mrs. Carr, would you please go to the podium and administer the oath of office?
Yes, sir.
But she's going to have trouble getting up here. So,
Can you go down there?
We can go ahead.
President, everybody's getting forward. Mr. Walker, Dr. Walker knows to do all the right things. Introduce his wife first, making sure he got hold of his Bible. He's not going to get any hot water.
and my wife decided to bring her rollerbout instead of a skateboard.
Good morning, Mr. President, members of the board. I am indeed honored. This is my first opportunity to swear in a board member. I've sworn in a number of board and commission members, so I'm delighted. And to be able to first Mr. Walker, because he is a longtime friend, and I am delighted to welcome him to the board. If you would repeat after me. Yes, sir. Please hold your right hand. I state your name.
I,
State your name.
Robert Major Walker,
Do solemnly swear or affirm
do solemnly swear or affirm
that I will faithfully support the Constitution of the United States
that I will faithfully support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Mississippi
and the Constitution of the State of Mississippi,
and obeys the law thereof,
and obey the laws thereof,
that I am not disqualified
that I am not disqualified
from holding the office of
from holding the office of
Supervisor District 4,
Supervisor District 4,
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties of the office
and I will faithfully discharge the duties of the office
upon which I am about to enter.
upon which I am about to enter.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. And we'll now ask for Mr. Hunter to please come to front.
When it comes to Mr. President, I see Senator John Horn here, and I didn't see him when we had Mr. Priest up there. So I want to thank Senator John Horn for his leadership and effort to make sure that we keep this town a safe town.
Okay.
You want me to take the seat now?
Yeah, you can come up to the podium.
Mr. Walker. And even though I don't know Mr. Hunter personally, I know of his reputation. So again, I am honored to welcome him to the Hines County Board of Supervisors. If you would, put your hand on the Bible and raise your right hand. And repeat after me, sir. I, state your name,
I, Alfonso Hunter,
do solemnly swear or affirm
do solemnly swear or affirm
that I will faithfully support the Constitution of the United States
that I will faithfully support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Mississippi,
and the Constitution of the State of Mississippi,
and obey the laws thereof,
and obey the laws thereof,
that I am not disqualified
that I am not disqualified
from holding the office of
from holding the office of
Supervisor District 2,
Supervisor District 2,
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties of the office
that I will faithfully discharge the duties of the office
upon which I am about to enter.
upon which I am about to enter.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
Sorry, you can now come and be seated. All right, we will continue with our printed agenda. We know we have a lot of different issues on the agenda this morning, so we'll be trying to get to as many as we possibly can. We'll now go to, once we finish that, Greta, we'll go to claims. To members of the media, we'll make both of these individuals available once we finish the agenda, or as far as we can get down to the agenda. We want them to be seated. We don't want them to feel compelled to have to vote on anything of that particular nature, but we did want them to be seated to where we would make sure that we're able to maintain a quorum at all particular times. So, with that, Greta, we'll now go to the claims. The minutes is all right.
That cord's gonna get me one of these times.